So it's the age-old question as a business owner of how do I get my team to do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it? My name is Brian Henderson, and here at Wash-Dry-Fold POS, we get asked that question from fellow laundromat owners quite a lot. And what's even better is if you could check on this information remotely so you don't have to personally be at the laundromat 24/7. We've answered this question in part with our new checklist feature. So just like with our very streamlined register and order tracker features for tracking sales and orders through the wash-dry-fold process, we now have checklists to help keep track of everything else that an attendant needs to do throughout the day to run your laundromat. To access the checklist feature, we click the blue checklist button here on the dashboard page, or I can click the menu button in the top left corner and go to checklists. Let's take a look at it. As we access this page, it's going to ask us for our PIN, so it knows who is crossing off different items on checklists. And we can see here there are 4 different checklists, 3 of which get renewed every day, and then a monthly maintenance checklist that persists throughout the month. As I look at this page, I see a left arrow and a right arrow. That's for looking at past days to see who did which things. For example, if someone said that they swept the floor last night and they crossed it off on the checklist, but you come in the morning and they very clearly hadn't, then you know exactly who to talk to. If I'm logged into this page as an admin or manager, I can click on the Edit Checklist button to add new tasks to checklists. More on that in a moment. So let's pretend that it's the start of the day and I'm ready to begin my opening shift checklist. I'll click Begin Checklist, and that initializes it. And now I'm able to click on the various tasks and cross them off. Notice that it shares the name of the person who crossed it off and the time that they did it. On the bottom of checklists, you'll be able to see a spot where you can add comments. Now, this is useful for communications about perhaps why a particular checklist item didn't get taken care of, or a way of just sharing notes with the rest of the team saying, you know, so-and-so will take care of something in a moment. So you could say note goes here, another note goes here, and so on. You can just add additional notes like that. So how do we edit these checklist tasks? We'll click the blue Edit Checklist button, and note that it says changes made will not affect any checklist already in progress. It only affects new checklists moving forward. So if someone has already begun working on a checklist, you can't be changing the task on them while they're in the process of filling out that checklist. So, but by the next day and so on, then it'll show those new tasks, and also in the order that you rearrange them. So if I click Add Task, it'll create a new item there. And likewise, I can drag and drop these to anywhere I want. I can even put them in different columns if I wanted to, like that. And if I need to delete something, I can click the trash can, as easy as that. And then we say Done Editing, and it gets us on back to the main screen there. Now, if I'm a manager or admin, I'm signed into the software on my smartphone at home, I can actually check and see the progress of the team remotely. So let's take a view and see what that would look like. So here's kind of a mobile phone simulator, and we can see it just shows us the checklist just like that. If I'm on the dashboard, just like how we can see on the order tracker and see which orders are currently being worked on and the progress on all of that. Now I have the ability to look at checklists and see how the team is doing on everything else that they need to do, as well as any comments from the team about that.